You are listening to a free version of Majority Report with Sam Steeder. To support the show and get another 15 minutes of daily program, go to majority.fm, please.
The Majority Report with Sam Steeder.
It's Thursday, May 14th, 2020. I'm Michael Brooks on a Michael Thursday. This is the 5-time award-winning Majority Report, broadcasting many places and many different kinds of steps from the industrially ravaged Gowanus Canal in the heartland of America, downtown Brooklyn, USA. On to today's program, Tim Shorrock, correspondent for The Nation, going to be talking with us about the success of South Korea's center-left government in responding to the pandemic, and also how they've used this success to expand on a broader policy set, including a Green New Deal and pushing forward with plans for peace on the Korean Peninsula. Another 3 million Americans have filed for unemployment benefits. Senate has voted to allow the FBI to look at your web browsing history without a warrant. Trump's plan to limit the pandemic's death toll undercount the numbers. It's a brilliant plan. Wisconsin Supreme Court votes 4-3 to help increase those casualties. They've struck down the stay-at-home order. Republicans released the names of Obama-era officials in an unmasking that revealed Flynn. U.S. immunologists suggest that if we don't get and don't continue with shelter in place, that this virus could rebound in the winter and could be a very, very bleak time. Kentucky EMT worker was killed in a no-knock police raid. The target was already in custody. FBI seizes Senator Burr's phones in DOJ investigation into his highly questionable stock sales. And the COVID-19 test used by the Trump White House may miss nearly half of positive cases, according to an NYU study. Well, hope springs eternal. Cyril Ramaphosa, South Africa's president, along with other leaders, including heads of state of Pakistan and Senegal, said that if there is a corona vaccine, it must be free and universally available. Hunger soars. Trump administration resumes efforts to gut food stamps. McConnell pines for Pompeo as Kansas chaos looms. And at first, renewable energy is poised to eclipse coal in the United States. South Dakota governor threatens to sue the Sioux over their attempts to guard their communities from the coronavirus. All that and much, much more on today's Majority Report. Brendan, Matt, how you guys doing?
I am doing all right. Your video, however, is not the greatest. I don't know if mine is also bad. Brendan, can you weigh in on this?
Yes, I am talking to our Zoom tech god, and he seems to think that it is a Zoom issue. So,
but is my video fine and Michael's choppy right now?
Michael's looks better now.
Oh, Michael's does look better. Michael, can you count down just to see how it looks when you're talking?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know what. I think we might just have to keep going like this. The audio seems fine. It's a Zoom issue.
Sorry, guys. It's a Zoom issue.
Yeah.
Apologies.
One thing we could do is if you want to try to log off and connect back on real quick? That might improve it.
Sure. You want me to just leave the meeting and come right back?
Yeah, I'll control the show for the time being.
All right, go for it. As a matter of fact, have a great show. I'm going to go take a nap. All right, bye.
All right, see ya. All right, hello everyone. Sorry about this. There's something we're broadcasting straight from the cloud these days, and so we don't really have a great insight into what goes wrong when it goes wrong. But the idea is it should be more reliable than relying on my internet. I think it just requires a reboot. I don't know. I think I might be still choppy, but it's less important that I be clear than Michael. So we're going to try. Here's Michael back. Let's see if this improves the quality. And if not, I might have a little bit of choppy video today. Michael's connecting. We don't have access to Sam's soundboard. Here he is. There you are.
How's this, guys? Is it any better?
I don't know if it's any better. We might just have to roll with it.
Might just have to roll with it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, apologies. I think it's fine on this end.
Yeah, I think
it
looks fine on mine too. So it's just nothing we can, I guess, fix.
Nothing we can do, folks. It's very unfair because we had worked very hard. But there's the Zoom problem. Everybody knows about Obamagate. Biggest story in the country. Some boring back and forth about who authored. I mean, honestly, Donald Trump is grasping at straws here, and the polls do not look good. And here he is, freaking out again. They're just still going to this well. I don't know what this does outside of not even their base as a whole. I mean, a large chunk of their base. It certainly doesn't do anything for anybody that might be persuadable. But it does something for us. Easy content. Let's go.
It was the greatest political crime in the history of our country. If I were a Democrat instead of a Republican, I think everybody would have been in jail a long time ago, and I'm talking with 50-year sentences. It is a disgrace what's happened. This is the greatest political scam, hoax in the history of our country.
Well, it is the biggest.
And people should be going to jail for this stuff. And hopefully a lot of people are going to have to pay. No other president should have to go through. And I'll tell you, General Flynn and others are heroes because what's happened to them, they weren't after General Flynn. They wanted him to lie about me, make up a story. And with few exceptions, nobody did that. There were many people. I watched K.T. McFarland the other day. I watched where she was knock, knock, FBI, the FBI, okay? This was all Obama. This was all Biden. These people were corrupt. The whole thing was corrupt, and we caught them. And what you saw just now, I watched Biden yesterday. He could barely speak. He was on Good Morning America, right? And he said he didn't know anything about it. And now it just gets released right after he said that. It gets released that he was one of the unmaskers, meaning he knew everything about it. So he lied to your friend George Stephanopoulos.
I like that, the soreness.
The funny thing about Trump being so aware of Biden's decline is that if he loses, he's going to feel like he has no excuse. Like, how did I lose?
It's going to be even funnier.
Yeah.
It's going to be even funnier if Trump loses to somebody who everybody can see is in some form of mental decline. That's actually very funny. So, look, I mean, obviously Russiagate as a political strategy was not an effective one. And I'll leave it in those terms. But you can recognize that the myriad problems in that process, primarily in terms of kind of outsourcing politics to intelligence, that is innately problematic in my view. But if your base point is a genuine concern about surveillance, civil liberties, and potential authoritarianism, wherever it comes from. I mean, basically, in addition to this being, a comical conspiracy theory, it's talking about putting political opponents in jail for what seems to be, at the end of the day, a long, elaborate way of saying, we're picking up this chatter. Maybe we're really hyping this chatter. At any rate, we're going to ask the president if he can sign off on this process, which is basically his job. And again, we talked about this yesterday. I don't see why anybody would want a sort of unlimited, unsanctioned DOJ action to go after a presidential candidate or observe a national security advisor in transition. That seems to me that would be that would be a scandal. Maybe if you had the Obama administration pushing for, in addition to NSA surveillance and the Patriot Act and everything else, allowing the FBI to look at people's browser histories without a warrant, that might be something that would be concerning to people. So at any rate, it's the biggest hoax, worst thing ever. And George Stephanopoulos is your friend.
It feels so lazy too. I mean,
it does feel
the whole
very
pandemic. Lazy. As our friend of the show, David Roth, put it on Twitter this morning. He said, this is akin to like him swallowing Drano, calling 911 to complain about the New York Jets.
Right.
Or something.
It's very boring. It's very, very boring. Folks, today's show is brought to you in part by Skillshare. Majority Report is made possible in part by Skillshare. And the first 500 people who go to skl.sh/majority-report8, that's number 8, are going to get a free premium membership to Skillshare for 2 entire months. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers thousands of classes on almost any topic you can imagine, and all classes are taught by experts in their field. They have classes on drawing, painting, photography, video editing, web design, running a small business, and a whole lot more. Almost all of the classes are less than an hour, and every class is split up into bite-sized lessons. So it's easy to fit Skillshare into your week, even if you have a busy schedule. Everyone can benefit from setting aside a little time to get creative. Everybody knows I'm always looking for different ways, and I'm taking those bite-sized language lessons. And it is great that you feel like little, even if you're really busy, the 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, that could just as easily be wasted, all of a sudden get turned into something constructive. And you can do that very easily with Skillshare. Skillshare has classes for every skill level. Whether you want to get better at something you already have a lot of experience with, or you want to explore something that's totally new to you, a membership to Skillshare is less than $10 a month, gives you access to their entire library of classes. But the first 500 people who go to skl.sh/majority-report8 are going to get a free membership for 2 whole months. And we've put a link underneath the video if you're watching on YouTube, folks. On the Michael Brooks Show on Tuesday, we had a really deep conversation with Adolph Reed Jr. I check it out tonight. We're going to be streaming a conversation about China at around 6 o'clock with Vijay Prashad of the Tricontinental Institute. We'll talk more about that before we go to the fun half. But now, are we going to take a brief break, guys, or how are we doing this?
We'll just let Tim on right now.
Okay, cool. We'll let Tim Shorrock on.
And give him a moment to connect here.
Is the video doing any better?
It's a little bit better. It's better when there's 2 screens up. It requires less download from either of us. So that's why I'm gracing the screen with my presence.
Nice.
So much
all right.
Today.
No problem. Tim.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Tim Shorrock joins us, correspondent for The Nation. Tim, do you want to do video or just audio?
Video's good.
Okay, yeah. So pop on the video, brother.
What do I do? Oh, I just click here.
You just click there.
Start video.
There you go.